Okay. Nice. Okay. Alright, everything's looking good. Okay. Okay, everyone. Alright, think we're good? Yeah. Okay. Hello there, everybody. This is MMORPG here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Today, I'm gonna show you all what I did do in the background. Today is one of those days that I can head on over to this place here and to do some donations of stuff that I don't need in my inventory. Which I thought that was a cool thing. And so we got this to do. It's really starting to take shape. But it seems I gotta come back here next week to continue along with this. But for right now, things are going awesomely. Alright, now let's go ahead and switch on over to my samurai. And oh yes, I have been busy. My miner is a level 31. So perhaps we're gonna go ahead, maybe I'll go ahead and kind of contemplate on doing it like that. Just a day to chill out and stuff. Oh boy. Did I just sold a hat? Oh boy. Oh great. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop by Garabania real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop by Garabania real quick and pick up something. Okay. So let's see, we gotta go to Garabania, we gotta go to you real quick. Okay, in my anxiousness to get rid of a few things in my inventory, it sucked. Okay. There we go. Okay, where is it? You. No, Tombstone Exchange. Let's see. Yeah, this will have to do. Okay, let's see. Crafting log. Character. Yeah, that's definitely gonna have to do. In the head. There you go. Alright. Now we're back to normal. Just to make sure. Looks good to me. Alright. Now we're going back to the Rising Stones. Okay. Okay. Alright, hooray, Boulder. Mara, welcome home. Word has reached that Mistress Alistair gave the Guardians quite a thrashing. Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Alistair? I was certain she would have returned by now. Yeah, it happened again. By the 12th, not her too. Alcher and I will ready the infirmary for her arrival. We also need to send a message to Tara post haste. With that, I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. And with you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remain unchanged. As we speak, Colinet, Cryo, and Master Matoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. Alas, it's not lost. You're a hole in hail after all. Though I suspect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest. My friend, leave the worry to us, for the time at least. Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo. Oh no. Someone else is in this body. Yep, that's not Xenos. Let's see if anyone in the free company is on. Usually the free company's never this quiet. He must be doing raids or something. A brief reprieve. Mara, yours is a welcome face indeed in these troubled times. Though, if you come to inquire about the stricken brothers and sisters, I'm afraid not to report. Colinet and the others continue their tireless search for answers, and I too have done all in my power to assist them. Alas, poor Yorick. My apologies for the intrusion. I was told that Master Alpha Note had been brought here and wished to see his condition has improved. Maxima, what's up, buddy? Master Mara, I have heard that you were part of the... You played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you. That you were able to stop them, if only for a short while, gives me hope. I realize how strange such words must come from a Guardian's lips. But I speak them out of love for I bear for my homeland, because I wish to see an end to the bloodshed. That's why I chose to share all I know with the Elite Alliance. And I will surely be branded a traitor. I am content to bear ignominy. 'Twill seem a small price to pay if it helps to prevent this conflict from escalating any further. But enough of my parley. The war has not brought me all this way to come to see Master Alpha Node. An acquaintance of Morrow and Alpha Node, are you? Well, far be it from me to turn away good company, if you follow me, sir. When word reached me that Alpha Node had returned, it seemed only right I visit him. Poor lad, it pains me to see him thus. But I will take solace in the knowledge that he is safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly at the burn. The Populares could not have wished for a more committed ally. I know now he came to be so afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I traveled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. He awaits my return in North Silver Tier. He would be glad to see you, assuming you have the spare time, that is. I think I would. North Silver Tier. Okay. This way. Okay. Sid's ship. What's up, Sid? There you are. I was beginning to think you would not come. Sounds like you were brought through the mill. You should have called me. I must confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly within my field of expertise. Maybe summarize, I heard much of Master Galaron growing up in Garlemald. Indeed, he has long been a source of inspiration to me. Most Guardians would say that he's a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We of the Populares consider him a revolutionary, a man willing to defy the Empire's streams of subjugation, that his adventures might bring a better future for all mankind. In a turn best reserved for my work, but I am an Imperial defector who sought to aid another Imperial defector. Whenever Master Galeron says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, we have heard Ralbon that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true Gaia still lives? Yep. Like most in the army, I have never had the privilege of seeing the legatus without his mask. To think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. And he claimed to have severed ties with the Empire to hunt Ascians, did he? After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think that he'd have good sense to stay dead. Should we meet again, I am sure to tell him so. Commander Alden also spoke of the Alliance meeting with the Emperor. Oh, that reminds me. That totally reminds me. Okay, let's see. I think it's still there. I think. I think it's like that. No, I don't think... Oh. Okay. Ah. Okay, I remember now. Okay, let's see. Huh. It should work. Okay, there we go. There we go. We got it to work. There we go. Okay. The Ascians must be stopped to save my people, to save all the peoples. For the Empire's many crimes. Even I did not suspect that had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. With that in the present, we must see ourselves as empires ambitious maybe toward not only in Eorzea but in the far east as well. The Army Works will spare no effort to achieve this at that end. Sirius Wall was a good start, but we can do more. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. Begging your pardon, so I bear a message for the Warrior of Light. Commander Alden, a request your presence at the Alliance headquarters in Alamigo. You would discuss matters of strategy at your earliest convenience. Inevitable messenger. I knew it wouldn't be long before duty calls you away. Time is doping of the essence. Could I tempt you to ride aboard the Excelsior? Yeah, the faster way to get to Ralba and Sai. I personally apologize to the commander for keeping him waiting. Yeah, Epic, you remember the 8-ball? Okay. Let's see, that its purpose is to scan IDs of people that... Okay. So, why free company mate needs a name? Okay, oh boy, I'm a content creator that I don't even know. There we go. I swear, every time you aboard my airship, you seem to be barreling headlong into danger. And every time you somehow contrive to emerge victorious, which of course is an admirable skill. But no one's invincible, Morrow, not even you. So please take care of yourself out there. I pray that you will remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do what I can to assist from the headquarters. My colleagues will be evacuating the casualties by air. That you aren't among them. A requiem for heroes. Commander Alden is waiting, sir. It would be best if we proceed to the Alliance headquarters at once. Yes, I am ready. Good, you're here. You're here, good. I summoned you to discuss strategy, but first, I would apprise you of the Guardian's movements. Upon speaking to Ralbon, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in its entirety.
There have been several skirmishes along the border, but as yet neither side has delivered a decisive blow. We had long assumed that the Garleans would overwhelm us in a straight fight, but we seem to be gaining ground, albeit slowly. As to why that might be, the most likely explanation is that they have yet to commit all their forces. Still, we're winning, and our latest intelligence suggests the Emperor has retreated back to Garlemald. In light of this, we're considering launching an offensive with the aim of pushing the front line forward and giving ourselves some room to breathe.
Okay.
Commander, the Imperials. They've broken through our defenses to the east.
What?
Our scouts say their forces are being led by Lord Xenos. Lord Hian and Commander Hext have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
We're gonna have to go up in there and kick the crap out of him.
Time waiting for his arrival, have they? Very well. Send word to our allies, requesting reinforcements for the front line. Should the worst come to the worst, I may need to enter the fray myself. But what of you? Do you still have the strength to fight?
You only need to say the motherfudging word. Just say the word, man.
Much obliged. Given the choice, I'd take you over 100 soldiers.
Why won't they open? Please, I bid you open.
Nope. It's not gonna work. My soul is way too dense.
What's wrong? Is it the voice again?
Yep.
Are you sure you're in a fit state to do this?
Yes, I am.
May Ralga grant us strength. Give 'em hell, lad. I, for my part, will defend this place to my dying breath.
Okay, meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo. Okay. Lisa actually has a weapon on her fist. Alright. Hold your ground until the Warrior of Light arrives. Okay.
Ready?
Oh. Jeez!
This one's for you, Ida.
Soon I shall give the lie to this man's indomitable spirit. Okay, looks like we gotta stand in the middle. Maybe I should not have used my CD. Yeah, come on. My friends, it would not do. Tomorrow have arrived to find us battered and broken. Okay, out of there. Yeah, know that all too well. Okay. Alright. Okay, Elese is a bad motherfudger.
The weave of a shinobi's power.
Okay. We got freaking ninja stuff.
Forebears.
Jeez, that was cool. It's all about a few hundred miles away. If we're gonna hold out till tomorrow arrives, I am sure we can this round. Get out of there! Oh, fudge! Gary, sorry! Oh, thank goodness, okay. We're doing good. Art of the Swell, okay. He comes, does he? Then I need not waste my time. Nice. Screenshotting that for the thumbnail. Jeez, Yakira, you're supposed to be a ninja. Jeez.
Damn you!
Definitely an Asian. I'm gonna kick their ass in. Kick his ass in. Yakiri! Oh, please. My samurai brohian.
Magic with a Garlean body. That's hardly fair.
In a way, it is fair. Well, just due to the fact that Garleans didn't have freaking magic to begin with. Everyone else except for the Garleans can do magic. They were oppressed by people that can do magic.
No matter the cost.
Oh yeah, I'm here. That's right, mother fudgers, I'm here.
Bringer of light. It has been too long.
What's up, you little beast?
No words to mark our reunion? Equilibrium must be restored, and only your death will redress the balance.
Yeah, most definitely your death. Freaking elitist. Alright, let's show them how a real samurai fights. Unleash all the damage. Okay, out of there, out of there, out of there. Okay, out of there. Okay, come on. Weak. Oops, oops, out of there. Why am I using that same technique over and over? Okay, what do I do? Okay. Come on. One down. All the way over here. Oh, fudge me. You're not gonna make it. Fudge. Oh, fudge me. Okay. Okay, I gotta do better this time. Alright, this time we're gonna go for very easy. I already watched the cutscene, so it should be fine. Now I gotta go to him again? Okay, so we gotta go to him again.
Ready? This one's for you, Ada.
Come on. Okay, in the middle. Yeah. Warrior of Lights. Okay, I think we're doing good. Quickly, I must spread out. we go. Come on. Enough, you will learn your place, okay?
Here it comes.
Jeez, that was still awesome.
The weave of a shinobi's power.
Man, freaking Shadow Clone
The art
Jutsu.
of my forebears.
Okay, hurry up here. Let's protect Elise. Yeah, come on. We're only a few hundred miles away. Wish I could just... Come on. There we go. Get good. Now there was once 2 people here. Jeez, their DPS suck. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I saw that cutscene. This time, you're mine, a-hole. There we go. Man, Xenos, you're weak. Well, I thought maybe technically I am. Okay. Weak, eh? The potential of the vessel is... Yeah, come on. Oh, then I got paralysis. Okay. Yeah, come on. Okay, one down. Come on. Okay, one down. third eye. Yeah, come on. Come on, mister. Uh-oh. You don't get hit by those purple things, I don't think. Like you don't get hit by those purple things, I don't think those are good things. And I'm a master at keeping things like good things. Jeez, man! No! There we go. Yeah! In your face, you assing. Ready for round 2?
Your mother chose her champion well. Yet, for all your strength, you will still fail.
Please, I beseech you.
Not now! We are just about to pwn him!
Someone calls to you. Too late, alas.
Please don't tell me I died. Okay, kind of reminds me of the thing from the Crystal Tower Alliance raid.
At last, I found you. Please, there's no cause for alarm.
Okay.
Though, I confess, this is not where I had intended to meet. But the place of our meeting is of no consequence, like the war you wage. Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. The better path leads you here, to me. I have need of your strength.
Who are you?
I'm afraid such questions will have to wait. We have precious little time, and your work is not yet done.
Okay.
Go to the Crystal Tower. I have left something for you near its base. It will serve as a beacon of sorts, one which I pray will help you on your journey. All you need do is find it. I will take care of the rest.
Okay, I don't trust him, but if he saved my butt from Xenos, then...
Soon, we will throw wide the gates.
Throw wide the grate.
The first will be yours to walk at last.
Honor roll. How's it going, buddy? We're back in Ishgard.
You're awake. Thank heavens.
What happened?
Do you recall the confrontation with Xenos? You were the first to come to the aid of Mistress Lise and the others on the front line. In the midst of your duel, it is said you faltered, and that the Crown Prince seized the opportunity to deliver a mortal blow. Yet before his blade could find its mark, he was distracted by the arrival of a second adversary who bore you away from the battlefield and into the hands of our chirurgeons. Lest you wonder, he left before you awoke. As is his wont.
Well, the freaking Estinian.
Estinian never was one for emotional farewells.
Mother freaking Estinian.
Xenos bested all before him. The battle clearly took its toll, for he retreated shortly after your rescue. Seeing this, the remaining Imperial forces decided discretion was the better part of valor and pulled back, allowing us to re-establish our position. We have since received word of renewed unrest in the provinces, doubtless inspired by the efforts of the Eorzean Alliance and our Far Eastern allies. Nor does the good news end there. We have also come into possession of intelligence suggesting unrest within the Imperial Court.
Fudge, yeah.
This would certainly explain why both the Emperor and Lord Xenos appear to have abandoned the fight. A long-awaited ray of hope in these dark times.
Is Alice saying it right?
Yet to awake, I'm afraid. But please, concentrate on your own recovery for now. You have carried the hopes of some half-dozen nations, and we are all eternally grateful for your efforts. But no one is without their limits, not even you. Leave this fight to us, my friend. You have earned your rest. But before I forget, I was asked to deliver a message as soon as you awoke. A reminder that you are not alone, though many of your allies have fallen. When you are well and rested, you are to return home, where friends will be waiting for you. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to the front. May we meet again soon, under happier circumstances.
Yeah. Emmerich is the man. This is the most unexpected surprise. I thought you could find the bed. Oh yeah, man. Edmund Danforths, FFXIV. I heard that you were collapsed on the field of battle. I confess I feared the worst, but with you standing before me now, I see that the reports of your defeat were greatly exaggerated. Thank the Fury. As long as we have you, Master IT, history suggests that we have a fighting chance. Speaking of fighting, you may be surprised to hear that the war's effect can already be felt even here in Ishgard. In anticipation of a need for reinforcements, Artoriel will soon be departing for the front lines with contingents of her finest knights. I would advise you to stay until you had strength to return, but I know it would not excuse your futility. Yeah, Count Edmund cares about us. Indeed, I suspect that you'll have already decided your next destination. Dark days lie ahead, of what I have no doubt, but the light of hope shall guide our steps, as long as we have the will to press forward. And press onward we must. Farewell, my friend. I pray our next meeting will be under happier circumstances. I hope so too. Okay, Rising Stones it is. Here, getting inside. Why weren't all these people down in the battlefield? Those mother fudgers. Yeah. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm back.
By the 12! I don't believe it!
Screenshotting that. Screenshotting that as well.
I rushed back as soon as I could. I swear, my heart nearly stopped when I heard you'd collapsed like the others. What in heaven's name is going on? Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. Oh, well, that's helpful. And what else did he say? The better path leads to him? If his is the voice you've all been hearing, perhaps the others are with him. Sir
FFXIV.
had reached a stalemate, didn't he? But if that monster masquerading as Xenos comes back... Thancred, Yestola, Urianger, Alphino, elese, you're going to need all of them on your side to defeat him. And I forbid you from going to face him on your own, do you hear me?
Screenshotting that.
So if you must leave, go and find the others. Bring them home. As for where to start, you said the stranger had left a beacon for you at the Crystal Tower, right?
Yep.
But how are you to find it, now that the tower has been sealed shut?
Let's be outside.
There has to be a way. If anyone would know, it's Sid, and the researchers of St. Coinac's find. Don't you worry, we'll find that beacon for you.
Yeah! Knuckle sandwiches all around.
I pray you have good reason for abandoning the front.
How could I remain there while the rumor that my son is possessed by a demon spreads like a sickness here at home?
Yep.
I will not be made to fight for the throne a second time. But what of you? Did you not tell me you would destroy Eozia's champion with the ease that one might swat a fly?
A minor setback. He will not escape me again. Where is your grandsire? I would have words with him.
How should I know? Do you hide from each other's sight as well? I imagine he's doing what all Asians do.
He must have found a way to take advantage of this turmoil.
Men are not pawns to be played with, Asian. You underestimate us at your peril. This war will not be decided by you and yours. Man must choose his own fate, and I, for my part, will do all within my power to see Garlemald emerge victorious.
Even using WMDs.
Pray forgive the intrusion, Your Radiance.
Oh,
but
it's
the requested
him.
Preparations are now complete. We stand ready to begin production of Black Rose upon your order.
Looks like forgive me for what I must do. Oh, that's creepy. Okay. Alright, that was it. That was it for Stormblood. Hey, Elise. I'm not sure what to say about, Stormblood. To me, Stormblood was cool, though. It was about liberation. Taking back what is theirs. And taking back things from their oppressions. And living with the choices that they make along the way. Hey, what's up, Ian? Man, this Stormblood really does remind me of Star Trek episodes. I forgot which some of them were because there were so many episodes, but I remember it's familiar to some. Igiri! Yeah, go set for the win. Okay. Alright, the Tyru. I knew you'd be alright, and to celebrate your return, I made you this a brand new traveling outfit. I do hope it fits. But now it's not a time to fuss over measurements. I must go and speak with others that researchers are saying kind of fine. You go and rest a little while we track down the beacon. Scion's travel attire coffer. Now that's the real Xenos.
My enemy. My friend. Had I been but a step faster.
Bloody savages!
I'm trying to do a sneak attack. If you're trying to do a sneak attack, make sure you don't yell.
A pity your hunt leads you elsewhere. Not that I am surprised. May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph. In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
Yeah, gotta get his body back. The Crystal Tower. Right back into the Alliance raid. In the midst of a requiem, heroes, a voice rings out across time and space. In the fields of light, so you seeds of darkness. Okay, let's go ahead and check. Okay, I guess we gotta go back to Limsa and glam that up. The Cypress Trench. White Oak Weapon Coffer. It's about time I get me a new weapon. Okay. I just need to check something out. Okay. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, good news, Mom. We have found a stroke of luck in the search for the beacon. Apparently, our colleagues had stumbled upon a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path we'd have found had the ironworks and the suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under the rocks and appearing in every nook and cranny. Still, it seems that there's a lot of ground to cover. So we better go and give them a hand. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner we can travel to wherever it is the mysterious voice is coming from. The sooner we can work out on how to help our friends. We have a way to awake them. And before the Empire comes calling again. Meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in the northern silver tier waiting to ferry the people to the site. So they'll be on their way. Okay. Okay, we gotta check where. Okay, still one item left. There you go. Okay, FF says, just saw a cool Star Wars YouTube video you might like. Don't stop what you're doing and watch after. It's called Everyone in Star Wars Getting Ready to Go. Okay, I'll take a look at that later on, Epic. Thank you very much for the suggestion. Heading to the survey site, sir. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way is to get there by boat.
Look how many people there are. Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Look for a device.
Isn't the hero of the hour? Maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Biggs! Wedge!
Fudge, yeah. Still a Tatara simp. Well, he dyed his hair.
Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse call it the chief of some other business. So we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
Halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
But yeah, Tataru.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in.
B-word on the B-word on the Warrior of Light. I can get away with it. F.I. please.
What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
Oh no!
What's happening?
Just throw wide the gates.
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Well, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Safe journey, Warrior of Light. Find our friends and bring them home.
The dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, do not look at me.
Ultrafun!
You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
This is one battle you cannot fight.
Away with you.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
So it's taking a trip down memory lane.
Your time has not yet come.
Okay. Okay, I guess that's a Warrior of Darkness. Okay, I guess I made it to Shadowbringer.
this dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Is it, Mister? Where am I? It's you! It's the tutorial guy! For the beginning, oh man.
Someone out here is not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
It's you! What do you mean this time of night?
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
Got conked in the head and thinking that... Yeah, there's no poison in that. Nope.
Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Crystarium. Okay. Yeah, well, that means the Shadowbringers.
To dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Shadowbringers. Speaking of Crystarium, because it's too darn bright for the dragon to freaking see. Okay.
Halt!
Hey, bunny girl, how's it going? Let me pet you.
In this city, I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
First of all, I need to pet you to make sure you're real. Maybe snuggle you.
From where do you hail?
I hail from Limsa Laminsa.
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin, but instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
Nice! Nice! Xena warrior princess much?
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
It's a traveling merchant who got eaten. The traveling merchant got eaten. I should have been with him.
Everything all right, Captain?
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more.
Yeah, he's smirking. He knows who we are.
I'll escort him to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Okay.
Right then. Before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
Like I had a choice?
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Well, I get to craft. Believe it or not, I love crafting. Let's see. Are the other scions here? Yeah, let's not do the second one.
That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial life. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost.
That's most of them.
And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
And that'll be me.
Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try. For in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Alright, we're here in the Crystarium. Made a city around the...
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Yep, that's true. Crystarium. Okay, I wonder if I can find... Let's see. I wonder, just for the sake of it, maybe I could sneak to some of my free company dudes. Shadowbringer's orchestration role and a white oak weapon coffer. Okay, inventory. Yes, please. Use that. Deep gold blade. Let's see. Item comparison. Yeah, what I have is better. What a gear coffer. Now a frank discussion and the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you to first gain a finer grasp of our situation here. To that end, I would visit a few Crystarium civic leaders and glean something of this world in its predicament. As you can see, this path walks you directly to an aetherite, a convenience with I am sure you're too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back to the etheric trail and find a connection at the source. Believe it or not, I strongly suggest that you complete the entombment before venturing any further. After you have done so, walk up the steps next to the aetherite and you head out and you'll find a crystalline mine where you can find our collective crafters and gatherers. Yes, crafting! As well as spokeswoman and cousin who you're likely to meet. Another is Morin. To reach him in his cabinet of curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps. Take the exit on the left and straight down until you find a large door ending in the path. The third is a person you'll find our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which can be found in excess of the right over there. Seeking out my colleagues, you will finish with major districts of the city, hopefully to gain a view of the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal clear. I was gonna troll him. The layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning. I am sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be able to find the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered in an encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when I ask once you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. So we just say that me and the Crystal Exarch are buds from our hometown. Pray you meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then. Alright, we fudging did it. Alright, we fudging did it. We made it to Shadowbringer. The aetherite. Again, by focusing your senses, you detect the flow of vastly distant currents of ether. Ether. Your connection to these energies is faint but stable, should allow you to teleportation to aetherites at the source. Nice, we got farms here, we got some leaf quests. Okay. Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm gonna see you're new to our fair city. Well, if it's worth you're just chosen to find sanctuary, the Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking. So it's a darn sight safer than being out there. Safer and more civilized too. Thanks to us, in the mean, we work together to procure materials and resources and crafts goods which make the city life possible. This is a place if you want a coat mended or a kettle forged. Hey baby, I want to craft you a nice coat. I just don't think you'll be handed on a plate like those Ilmore and layabouts. Here in Crusader, we work for a living. I see you're no stranger to honest labor. You don't have that whiff of indolence like some folks I met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where are you from? I'm from the Exarch's hometown. I see. Then I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him. And any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence. They pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It was long before the droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And now the Crusarium began. The Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up. It was some help with the curious relics brought forth from the tower. The place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, and yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looked exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries. For all his secrecy, he has never let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish of privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see your any crafting talent you might have be hiding. If you ought to contribute to that front, I am sure to come back and visit when you have the chance to settle in. Just ask Catalyst, you need you to crystalline mean you can help us keep the cause of the city greased and turning. In exchange for Catalyst, I'll be taught you life in the Crusarium. Okay, can I switch to my blacksmith? Okay, so, okay. I guess not yet. There we go. Okay. Okay, jeez. Okay. Lucky I'm still in ARR. Okay, doing something really stupid. There we go. Internet. Okay. Okay, so we gotta get to... Man, nice city we got. Nice city these people got here. Okay. Then we gotta go down this way. We have another Ethernet shard. Toonie to that mother fudger. Smelling all the things I can craft. New to the city, friend? Spinning ahead. Wide eyes give you away? Welcome, my friend. Welcome, my name is Bracky. I am the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock the range of equipments and humans such as yourself. I find yourself the size shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, let's put the race card in there. Alright, something wrong? Let's see if we can get straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a hume, like you. The taller one is an elf. The starting one there is a Galgant, which is a Rogadin. And with the list of one of the horns is a Draha, which is Aura. And as you can see, the large scaly chap with a long tail raising the livestock, those are called Lazoon, the Almalja. Which apparently is not a name you know them by. I am curious to know how far-flung region you hail from. The same as the Exarch. Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of our lot pass through recent years. Despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. But don't worry. Should you find yourself confused about a local language, customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. In exchange for bragging about the people of the first. Okay. Man, we fudging made it. Ah, we go to you. Okay. Excuse me, your recent study perchance? I am quite familiar with our civic rules. You see? Well, what I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? Rumbled, a scroll, a scrap scribbled on parchment? My apologies, literature is an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. The librarian Morin at your service, and his humble collection is known as a cabinet of curiosity. As your powers of perception is slightly influenced, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life wrought by the flood was the damage recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to Canada today? Looking for any title in particular? We have academic research. Academic research are getting their people's butts kicked. So you're into modern history. Splendid. A thorough review of the recent events can often yield a perspective as I quite agree. If you prefer something accompanying on an account, then an illustrated book for the children somewhere. Just a moment while I fetch it for you. Ah, here we go. Why don't you like to pull up the chair and make yourselves comfortable? And on with the lesson then. Now, later, 100 years ago, or enough of that matter, villains known as Warrior of Light slew the Shadow Keeper, the Steward of Darkness. And in the wake of the tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as it forms unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called the calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched bleached life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Just when all seemed was lost, the Savior appeared, Oracle of Light. She twixt us and approaching doom by her power. She did stay the flood. Thus was Norvent, and Norvent alone spared the fate of Erasure. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors. A terrible aspect to bedwell the folk who survived. The Sin Eaters were light incarnate. They were Fluigent presence stole the night from Novrent sky. Even now the circle remains, they circle around the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. I'm hungry for your flesh too. And thus did the world became what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I should be happy to retell it for you. But would you rather speak of matters to that, it would be my pleasure to be glad of company. And in exchange for telling you about the flood of light. Okay. How did you fare? Did my colleagues not get a clearer picture of the people in the world? Yes, it would seem that the vast majority of our introductions, I understand that it was something of a chore. So it's necessary for you to grasp things before we proceed. As for Crystal Tower origin, you may notice that the details for sparse the structure is in fact the self-same when you know from the source. Transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt to breach the boundless worlds. Something that of a trial run for your eventual crossing. Although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheel of fate in motion. Okay, I better